Thank you so much for joining us for ABC 15 News at 4 on this Thursday. I'm Christel Bell. Developing at 4, the Surprise Police Department announcing human remains have been discovered at a landfill. So the grisly find was made in the far northwest valley near the intersection of the 60 and Loop 303. Our very own Lillian Donahue is there right now. Lillian, tell us more. Josh, thanks. And protests in Los Angeles against ICE raids and immigration actions entering their 5th day today with the National Guard on standby. We just learned within the last 30 minutes the Los Angeles mayor has now issued a curfew starting at 8 o'clock tonight in parts of the downtown area. Chief Meteorologist Amber Sullins tracking those triple digits is so hard to say right now so soon. Amber, we may even see our first 110-degree day of the year.
Yeah, it is going to be really close tomorrow, Christel.
All right, and here's another no-no. Do not assume that the bad guy does not care about you or your data, because they do. And the reason why, it's all about money.
Yeah, for sure,
it's all
sure.
about money.
Okay, so how often do we need to be updating these passwords?
All right, that's a good question. So changing your password should be kind of part of like your regular hygiene of what you do around the home. I think of it like this. Think of it like this. Treat it like you treat your toothbrush.
Okay.
Do not share it.
Yep.
Change it often. And keep it protected.
Okay, all
That's
good
what
things
you do.
right there.
And Jones also suggests that you change your passwords at least every 6 months.
Okay.
And so if it's been over a year, look
Too
at
long.
me.
Yeah.
Definitely change it right now.
Yeah, adding to our to-do list right now, but so important.
It
for
is.
Sure.
Welcome back. As we just learned at the top of the hour, still no containment in the Greer fire, burning more than 18,000 acres at this point. Fire crews taking advantage of the calm winds over the last couple of days in preparation for those winds today. ABC 15 meteorologist Justin Hobbs has been on the ground throughout the day. Justin, what have you been hearing from officials about how those fire lines are holding? Safety is so important. Well, today, Tempe Fire and police hosting their first ever hands-on event. And it comes at a critical time as the city anticipates a lot of retirement at Tempe Fire Medical Rescue.
The chicks sell for about $5 each. Well, speaking of spending money, who said
this might be cheaper?
Love was cheap, right?
Yeah, buying a chick might be cheaper than buying roses.
I wonder how your significant other is going to take that when you hand it to her. Because a dozen red roses here in the U.S., they're going to cost about $90 on average.
Yeah, and while you may cherish your Valentine, that's a lot of money for something that doesn't last very long. I'm telling you, that chicken may go a long way. Top headlines we're following tonight. Violent storms stretching across the central U.S. this weekend, killing at least 27 people. More than 90 million Americans braving heavy floods, powerful winds, large hail, and tornadoes. I want to give you a live look at the Vatican now, where tomorrow Pope Leo XIV will be formally installed as Bishop of Rome at St. Peter's Square. Pope Leo is America's first pope.
Now to a viewer-submitted story raising eyebrows and scrunching noses.
Oh, that's right. This morning, ABC 15 viewer Kevin reached out with these shocking pictures of raw sewage just spilling out into the streets and into a park in Santan Valley near Hunt Highway and Gary. Well, our Rachel Louise Just is on the scene to investigate this stinky situation to find out what's going on. Former President Joe Biden has been diagnosed with an aggressive form of prostate cancer, and the cancer has spread to his bones. According to a statement from his office, Biden and his family are now reviewing treatment options. We are live. It's so good to hear the phones ringing right exactly at 5 o'clock. That means the people are getting the help that they need. We've got the State Bar of Arizona here. They are partnering with us to give you this live phone bank as we answer your questions pertaining to family law.
Sort of helping us through this whole thing here today. You got the whole crew out here. You've added a group this year, solar. You must be getting a lot of calls on that.
Yeah, we got a lot of calls, especially when we found out 2 major companies that service our community went bankrupt earlier this year. We're talking about Titan Solar and SunPower were 2 major companies that went bankrupt. So a lot of people were lost, feeling stuck, like what you said, not knowing what to do, what's the next step in the solar issue. So we brought in solar to help. We brought in.
It's been busy.
And I know there's been a lot of people. I've met 3 people. Speaking of, want to bring in this guy here. Frank, I met you earlier. You're here. Your issue was solar. Tell me what's going on with you.
My solar panels are working great, but I've been getting emails and text messages from companies telling me that my company Titan went out of business, and they want to give me a service and start charging me, a service fee every month to come.
And you just wasn't sure which company was legit.
I don't even know. I didn't even know they went out of business, and I don't know what to do.
So you just wanted to get some guidance. Yeah, you wanted to get some guidance, try to figure out, which company is legit. And so just coming out here to talk to somebody just means a lot.
Exactly. Trying to get more information and find out what.
You have been trying to handle your debt problem alone, and you need help. And tonight, Let ABC 15 Know is here for you because we are bringing that help to you. We're doing something different tonight. We are handling debt counseling. We are answering your questions as it pertains to debt issues. We're so proud to partner with Money Management International, a program that offers debt resolutions and solutions for you. And so we've got a team of debt counselors behind us answering your phone calls, and they'll be here until 7 o'clock tonight. We are still accepting donations until 7 o'clock tonight. These phone lines will be open. We've got our volunteers working extremely hard, and we're grateful for you. Now, I know, like Christine, now Katie said she wouldn't sing, but I tell you what, I'll sing.
Come on.
I'll sing. If you call,
let's do it.
I'll sing.
Okay.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Come on.
Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, give us a call.
It was going to be metal installed type RV parking carport.
With plans for an RV port, Shannon O'Leary started searching for a builder.
I was looking around and I went on Facebook Marketplace
And found Jose Flores Espinosa and his company, Iron Horse Welding Work.
He showed up, very personal. The guy's very likable.
They agreed on $9,000 for the work and $2,000 as a deposit paid up front. But Shannon says the work done left much to be desired.
You got washers put in here, and it's not even straight.
And then the work stopped.
They put these posts in, and then the 4 posts on the line, they put these in, and then we didn't come back.
Shannon says the red flag started flying, and after researching, learned Jose Flores Espinosa isn't licensed to do contracting work. It's not the first time either. In 2021, consumers brought Iron Horse Welding Work to our attention after they say they paid thousands for a fence that was never completed. We wanted to talk to Flores Espinosa. Initial calls didn't get a response. We went to the address given on the business contract, but it's a post office. So we went to his home. This is Christel Bell with ABC 15. Hey, I wanted to find out if you had a few moments to speak with me. While he wasn't there, we spoke through a Ring doorbell, and he promised to call us, and he did. On the phone, we asked Flores Espinosa why was he taking contracts when he wasn't licensed to do the work. He told us he wasn't charging more than $1,000 and was working toward getting his license. But several Let ABC 15 Know viewers shared Iron Horse Welding Work contracts that are clearly charging more.
It is against the law to construct a project of over $1,000 in value. That's materials and time. It's a Class 1 misdemeanor to do that unless you're a licensed contractor.
We spoke to Tom Cole, head of the Arizona Register of Contractors. The ROC tells us they have no record of Jose Flores Espinosa applying for a license. As of April, Flores Espinosa had 32 complaints for unlicensed contracting spanning more than a decade and pleaded guilty to contracting without a license 8 times. It's classified as a misdemeanor. Shannon says it's not enough.
He pays a $500 fine for it and then moves on with his life. All this has done is made him a better criminal. He's made a living out of it.
But as Cole explains, the ROC can only go so far.
We are not an arresting agency. We are statutorily capped on how much our penalties are, our civil penalties are. And some of these entities are willing to pay those penalties time and time again.
For that to change, Cole says the law would have to change.
Should we be afforded higher authority for penalizing unlicensed contracting activity? we would enforce that.
Cole says the ROC is working toward a more proactive approach in educating people about license requirements and helping those who want to be licensed achieve it. So when it comes to hiring a contractor, first check to see if they're licensed. Make sure they're licensed for the type of work being done. Ensure the person actually works for the company they say they do and aren't misrepresenting themselves under another license. Get a written estimate and get multiple estimates. And remember, if someone wants all the money up front, it's a red flag. We put more resources for consumers online at abc15.com/consumer. I'm Christel Bell. Got a consumer problem? Let ABC 15 know.
You want to sit up here, ma'am?
A new case underway.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth?
Yes.
One of more than a dozen on the afternoon schedule for Judge Anna Huberman presiding over eviction cases in her South Phoenix courtroom.
Seems like every month we keep surpassing the number of filings.
In July, more than 7,900 new eviction cases were filed in Maricopa County. That's the third highest ever. More than 50,000 cases have been filed so far this year. Judge Huberman says when pandemic protections ended, courts didn't see the massive number of eviction filings some expected. Instead, it's been a slow, gradual increase, but that slow rise still startling, with filings up 21% in 2023 compared to pre-pandemic 2019.
And I told her I also had expenses. I had to buy food.
All of a sudden his business went under and he didn't pay the rent.
Judge Huberman says the people who appear in her courtroom typically have a lot of other things happening in their lives. Loss of a job, a sudden medical diagnosis, even a rental increase they can't meet.
There's so many things that impact them. I just try to make it as empathetic as I can with them.
Most people don't know how the eviction process works until they're suddenly thrust into it. And at that point, you're up against the clock, and sometimes it's too late.
Look, I understand that these situations are very difficult and that the law doesn't give you much time to move out. I cannot change those timelines.
If you think you might be late paying rent, talk to your landlord before a missed payment and get any deal in writing. Once a 5-day non-payment notice is given, it may be more difficult.
Once a case has been filed in court, if the landlord accepts any type of payment from the tenant, then they cannot continue with the court case. So landlords will not talk to the tenants once a case has been started.
If you can get caught up in those 5 days,
we was making an arrangement of how to pay it.
You could get your case dismissed, stay in the property, and get the filing off your record. But 5 days isn't a lot of time.
The law in Arizona makes the eviction process very fast, and there's very little time to intervene and to be able to change the outcomes.
If a tenant hasn't made their payments, a judgment is signed for the landlord. According to court records, the average judgment signed is more than $3,100, and it also includes a move-out date.
After a judgment is signed, it is up to the landlord whether they allow you to stay in the property even if you pay your rent.
If monthly eviction filings continue as they have this year, 2024 will be close to breaking the all-time filing record. It's a record we don't want to break. That's why we have tips about what to do before, during, and after an eviction case brought against you, as well as resources to get legal and rental help. It's all online right now at abc15.com/consumer. I'm Christel Bell. Got a consumer problem? Let ABC 15 know. It was the call Tilly thought would change her life.
Oh, I was going to buy all the grandkids a house because they all need it.
The caller claiming to represent the American Dream sweepstakes, asking Tilly,
"Did you know that you were second runner-up in a big contest?" He said it was over $1 million that I had won.
The caller claimed Tilly was automatically entered into the contest because she made charitable donations.
I have contributed to like the Arbor Foundation, the veterans, the disabled veteran warriors, all that, and all those emblems were there.
The caller said Tilly was a millionaire.
The check was for $750,000 because they had taken the taxes out already.
But there was one catch.
We have to pay the $1,000 for the court fees to the attorney. This didn't make any sense to me, but I thought I was talking to a lawyer.
She says if she had a question, the caller had an answer.
I said, well, how come I never heard of it? He said, they don't advertise it. They just do it like randomly, real professional. He wasn't pressing me or nothing.
Tilly says she reached out to the Let ABC 15 Know team to verify if the contest was legit.
It sounded real, maybe because of our situation, that I really wanted it to be real.
The Better Business Bureau has listed the American Dream sweepstakes with an F rating, and even the address listed for the business is not valid. Our team even did a phone number search. We couldn't turn up a law firm or an attorney listed under that number. Scammers will spoof the 202 area code for Washington, D.C. to make it seem like they're calling from government agencies. But also remember, a real prize is free. And if someone tells you to pay a fee to receive your winnings, you're likely dealing with the scammer. Scammers will use names of organizations you might recognize to appear legit. If you're unsure, look up the company's contact information for yourself. Do not rely on the person who reached out to you to provide the real contact information. As for Tilly, she's glad she didn't give in and hopes no one else will either.
Don't get fooled by them because they are very, very good.
If you've been the victim of a sweepstakes scam, report it. We've put the information along with more resources to spot these type of scams online at abc15.com/consumer. I'm Christel Bell. Got a consumer problem? Let ABC 15 know. When you walk through the halls of Carver Museum, you can feel the history in this nearly 100-year-old building, but you also hear the stories of triumph and adversity. It's all part of a new exhibit here called Jubilee Journey, celebrating freedom and resiliency of Arizona.
Many people in Arizona have never heard of the George Washington Carver Museum and Cultural Center, and I think that they need to know about it. I think it's a really important place.
Carver Museum Board President Brenda Thompson is passionate about sharing the untold stories of America's history and culture.
So that all people, not just black people, know about the contributions of African Americans to not just Arizona, but to the United States.
The museum, located in South Phoenix near 7th and 4th, has been a historic part of the community.
If you walk up and down those halls, you're going to see people of every color who change things.
Special exhibits like the Monarch Room and the Faces of Us showcases the priceless artifacts that capture a rich diversity and deep sense of pride.
You'll see literally Barbie dolls that have Katherine Johnson, who helped men land on the moon, from NASA. You'll see Maya Angelou, Rosa Parks, Jean-Michel Basquiat.
Since the pandemic, group tours have only been available at the museum. But to celebrate the Juneteenth holiday, the entire community can visit as part of the inaugural Juneteenth celebration.
This is an exciting opportunity to welcome the community back to Carver, from arts and crafts for kids, storytelling, drumming workshop where you get to try out some drumming yourself, as well as performances from a variety of local acts.
There's also a new exhibit, the Jubilee Journey, which uncovers the legacy of freedom and resilience in Arizona.
You'll see other civil rights leaders, teachers, principals, business people, and not just history of African Americans, people who shaped human rights and civil rights of all colors. The first thing you'll see when you walk in is actually another wall wrap that is a photograph of East Lake Park, and it's Juneteenth. So literally those pictures are people at a Juneteenth picnic in the 1970s.
It's a journey worth celebrating and definitely a legacy worth fighting for.
We didn't arrive at this place on our own. We arrived at this place because of the contributions of all the people that came before us.
For ABC 15 Arizona, I'm Christel Bell.
Thank you, Christel. Trouble in the skies.